My dear students, welcome to all to our English classes. So already we have completed the first unit and today we are going to learn something about the grammar given in the first unit. So the grammar introduced in the first unit is about relative clauses. So these relative clauses are of two types. One is the defining relative clause and another one is non-defining relative clause. So before going to learn about these relative clauses, let us know what is a clause. So a clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. That means a sentence should have a subject and also a verb. And what is this clause? A clause will also function as an adjective, an adverb or a noun. A clause will give us some meaning but not the complete meaning. So already we learned in the ninth class about these clauses. These clauses are also two types. One is the main clause and another one is the subordinate clause. So what is a main clause? Main clause can stand on itself. We get some complete meaning from the main clause. But the subordinated clauses or the dependent clauses, they depend on the main clause. So a clause is a sentence which gives us some meaning but not the complete meaning. But this clause should have a subject and a verb. Now coming to the relative clauses, these relative clauses are two types. One is defining clause and another one is non-defining clause. Now let us learn about the defining clause. So the name itself indicates that it is going to define something in the sentence. So these defining clauses, they begin with a relative pronouns. So what are relative pronouns? Who, which, whom, where, that. These are some of the relative pronouns with which the defining clauses begin. So it begins with the relative pronoun and these relative pronouns, they relate it with the noun before it. So they relate it, the noun which is before these relative pronouns are called antecedents. For example, so they also, for example, this is the boy who works hard. So can you see on the screen? This is the boy who works hard. Who works hard is a relative clause and who is a relative pronoun and this who is modifying the noun the boy. The same way, the moment which is lost forever. Here, which is lost forever is a defining clause and which is a relative pronoun and this which is talking about the movement. It is modifying the word the movement. So which is a relative pronoun. There are the boys whom I refer to. There are the boys whom I refer to. Whom is a relative pronoun. Whom I refer to is a defining clause or relative clause and this whom is talking or modifying the noun the boys. Now let us learn about the non-defining clauses. So these non-defining clauses also begins with the relative pronoun and it only tells us more information about the object or person. It is separated by comma at each end of the clause and meaning does not change if it is removed. So what does this non-defining clauses tell us? They tell some extra information or more information about the person or the object we are talking about. So see the example given here. The skirt, which is a lovely dark blue color, only costs rupees 900. Here, which is a relative pronoun and which is a lovely dark blue color is a relative clause, and this which is modifying the skirt noun. So it is also a relative clause, but here we are learning about the skirt. We are getting some details about the skirt, additional information about the skirt. Let us consider some examples of these relative clauses. Here are some examples. The meeting was held in town hall. It was a great success. We all know about the simple sentences. A simple sentence is nothing but a sentence which contains one subject and a verb. Here, the meeting was held in town hall. It is a simple sentence, and it was a great success. It is another simple sentence, and these two simple sentences are to be combined with the relative clause. How do we combine them? So here we are talking about the meeting. Meeting is a non-living thing. So we should use which in this sentence. And where we should use this which? Immediately after the noun. What is the noun in this sentence? Yes, it is the meeting. So after the word the meeting, we should place which. Now the sentence will be like that. The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. In the sentence we find it was a great success, and we remove it because it is once again talking about the meeting. So we no need to mention it again in the relative clause. Observe the second example. People live in glass houses. They should not throw stones. Here also we find two simple sentences. A simple sentence will have a complete meaning. People live in glass houses. That is giving some meaning to us. They should not throw stones. That is also giving a meaningful sentence to us. These two simple sentences now should be combined by using relative pronouns. Here we are talking about the people. For people, for persons, for living things, we use who. So here the people is talking about the living thing, so we should use who. And where we should put the who relative pronoun? Yes, before or after the noun. The people who live in the glass houses must not throw the stones. So like that, we convert the sentences into relative clauses by using the relative pronouns. Let us consider some more examples about these relative clauses. So see the screen, you can find some sentences. The first one, Napoleon was the French honor. He died in Saint Helena. Here, is it a defining relative clause or non-defining relative clause? So already explained you that the defining relative clause will show some relation between the subject and the relative clause. But here in non-defining relative clauses, we get some additional information or extra information about the subject. So if you observe this sentence, Napoleon was the French honor. He died in Saint Helena. So both these sentences are saying something about Napoleon. So they come under non-defining relative clause. Here, who is a relative pronoun and who won the French honor is a relative clause. And here the word who is telling, the relative clause is telling something about the Napoleon. So how do you write it? Napoleon, who won the French honor, died in Saint Helena. And here the relative pronoun who is talking about Napoleon. Next, silk sarees are made in Benares. They are popular all over the world. And what are popular all over the world? Silk sarees. So silk sarees is a noun, and it should be combined by using relative clause. And silk sarees, it is a non-living thing. So we should use which as a relative pronoun. So silk sarees which are made in Benares are popular all over the world. So as I told you earlier, the relative pronoun should be used immediately after the noun or the subject. Let us do some exercises. So if you see the screen, you find some sentences. So I pause it for a while and you note down the questions and try to write the answers in your books by using the relative pronouns. These are open sentences. So open sentences means, so in the blank given in the question, you can write whatever thought that may come to your brain. But the only condition is you should use the relative pronouns in combining those sentences. So now your time starts now. You try to write down the answers. Later I explain the answers to you. These are open sentences. Now it's time for the answers. What is the first question? This is the peaceful place. So how do you combine this sentence? I write that number of people visit this place every year. So my thought is like that. So how do you combine this sentence? This is a peaceful place which is visited by a number of people every year. I consider it as a non-living thing. So I used which here. So where should I place this which? Immediately after the subject, a peaceful place. So the answer will be, this is the peaceful place which is visited by a number of people every year. And what's the second one? The Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. And my thought is, it is written by Sri Sri. The Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. It is written by Sri Sri. This is my thought. So how do I combine this sentence? Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. We are talking about book. Book is a non-living thing. So we should use which in combining this sentence. So how do you write it? The Mahaprasthanam, which is a popular book, or Mahaprasthanam is a popular book which is written by Sri Sri. So like that we combine the sentence. Next one. Suresh dash has left the school just now. So we are talking about Suresh. Suresh is a person. So what should we use here? Yes, definitely we should use who relative pronoun. So I feel that Suresh is not feeling well, so he left the school. So my thought is like that. So how do I combine it now? Suresh, it is a noun, it is a subject. Immediately after Suresh, I should write who. Suresh, who is suffering from fever, has left the school just now. Fourth one. Is this the street? Is this the street? So my thought is, it is named after Mahatma Gandhi. The street is named after Mahatma Gandhi. So how do I combine it? It is a non-living thing, so I can use which. It is this the street which is named after Mahatma Gandhi? Is this the street which is named after Mahatma Gandhi? So like that we can combine the sentences. Fifth one. The express dash has just arrived. It is announced by the announcer that the express train is 5 minutes late or 2 hours late. So now the train arrived. Now see, the express means train. It is a non-living thing. So what do we use here? Definitely, yes, you are right. We use which. The express, which is late by 5 minutes, has just arrived. So all these are methods. If you get another idea, if you get some more ideas, you can use all those ideas and add these sentences. The only condition is use the relative pronouns, appropriate relative pronouns. Now come to the sixth one. The place dash has been closed to traffic. The place dash has been closed for traffic. So Prime Minister is visiting that area. So the traffic is closed. So how do I combine it? I combine it by using that. The place that is about to be visited by the Prime Minister has been closed to traffic. So here, if you understand or if you observe, I used the relative pronoun that. But if you want, you can use which in its place, because we can use which, either which or that, in place of non-living things. Next, observe the next sentence. This is a famous engineering college. So my idea is, number of good lecturers are working here. So my idea is that, so more good lecturers, number of good lecturers are working here. So I can use it by saying like that. Or otherwise, I can also use another idea, that it has secured number of campus selections. So number of students secured campus selections from this engineering college. So I can use any of this idea. So now let me use the second one for you. So this is a famous engineering college. College means non-living thing. So we should use which. This is a famous engineering college which has secured number of campus selections. So like that I can use it. Eighth one. So otherwise I can use good lecturers are working here. This is a famous engineering college which has number of good lecturers. Like that also I can combine the sentence. See the next one. My sister dash has secured a job as an engineer in BHEL. So I can use either she is a very smart girl, or I can use the sentence that she got or secured more than 99% marks. So let us see. My sister who secured. My sister who secured. Why I used who? Because I'm talking about living thing, a person. And I used that who immediately after my sister. My sister who secured 99% has secured a job as an engineer. Or I can also use like that. My sister who is diligent and smart has secured a job as an engineer in BHEL. So whatever may be your idea, but your idea should suit to the sentence, and it should be used with proper relative clause. Sentence. The theatre dash was designed by Mr. Rao. So it may be built in 2015 or 16 or like that. So this is my idea. Or it was built in 2010. So how do I combine it? The theatre means non-living thing. So I use which. The theatre which was built in 2010 was designed by Mr. Rao. Or I can also use like that. The theatre which was inaugurated by the Prime Minister in 2010 was designed by Mr. Rao. Last one. Viswanath is one of the outstanding directors in Telugu film industry. So we are talking about Viswanath. And this Viswanath secured Dada Saheb Phalke Award for his good direction. So as we are talking about Viswanath, in this sentence we use the relative pronoun who, and this relative pronoun should be placed after the noun or the subject Viswanath. Viswanath is one of the outstanding directors in Telugu film industry who secured Dada Saheb Phalke Award. So we can also write like that. Viswanath, who secured Dada Saheb Phalke Award, is one of the outstanding directors in Telugu film industry. So like that, we combine the sentences using the relative pronouns. I hope you all understood this concept and you try to answer as many sentences as you can in your practice books. So until then, have a nice day and enjoy your life. Thank you.